before the time machine, before the betrayal, before anyone died, there were just two friends. In the criminal underworld, loyalty is supposed to mean everything. Money comes and goes. Power changes hands. People disappear overnight. But if you have someone who would take a bullet for you, that's worth more than anything. And that's exactly who Mike and Nick are. Mike and Nick didn't grow up rich. They grew up fighting. Fighting for respect. Fighting for survival. Fighting to prove they belonged in a world that usually eats people alive. Now, years later, they work for one of the most dangerous crime bosses in the city, Sosa. And in Sosa's world, mistakes don't get forgiven. They get buried. Mike is the shooter. Fast, calm, deadly. The kind of man who can walk into a room full of enemies and somehow be the only one still standing. Nick is different. Smarter, smoother, the talker, the planner, the man who can stop a fight before it starts, or start one when he needs to. Together, they are unstoppable. Jobs go smoother when they are involved. Debts get collected faster. Enemies think twice before crossing them. And in this business, that kind of reputation keeps you alive. But there's one thing Mike never planned for. Her, Alice. Beautiful, sharp, impossible to ignore. And the worst part? She's Nick's wife. At first, Mike tells himself it means nothing. A glance here, a conversation there, a feeling he can control. But the longer he's around her, the harder that lie becomes. Because Alice doesn't look at Mike like everyone else does. She sees through him, past the violence, past the reputation, past the man everyone fears. And for the first time in years, Mike starts feeling something far more dangerous than bullets. Guilt. Because Nick trusts him. With jobs. With money. With his life. And Mike knows one truth. In their world, getting caught betraying your best friend doesn't end in a fight. It ends in a funeral. As the three of them sit together that night, laughing like everything is normal, nobody realizes that before the sun comes up, everything they built is about to fall apart. The job was supposed to be simple. One pickup. One handoff. Easy money. For men like Mike and Nick, jobs like this usually end in drinks, cash, and another story to laugh about later. But tonight, something feels wrong. As the city gets darker, Mike and Nick drive through empty streets toward one of their bosses' private locations. Neither of them says much. They've done this too many times. No nerves, no fear, just business. But Mike can feel it. That feeling in his gut. The kind of feeling that keeps men alive in their world. Because when a job feels too easy, it usually means someone already made a move. When they arrive, the place is almost too quiet. No music, no guards talking, no movement, just silence. Nick notices it too. His hand slowly moves closer to his gun. And that's when the first shot is fired. Glass explodes. Bullets tear through the walls. Mike drops to the ground as armed men rush in from both sides. This wasn't a pickup. It was an ambush. Nick fires back instantly, dropping the first attacker before he even reaches the door. Mike flips a table for cover, returning fire as the room turns into complete chaos. Shell casings hit the floor. Furniture explodes. Men start dropping. But through all the gunfire, Mike notices something. These men aren't trying to rob them. They're trying to kill him. Specifically him. And that's when he realizes this wasn't random. Somebody gave them his name. Somebody inside the organization talked. After the shooting finally stops, the silence feels heavier than before. Bodies everywhere. Smoke filling the room. And Mike standing there, trying to understand why he was the target. Then Nick gets a phone call. One short message. And the look on his face changes instantly. Cold. Quiet. Almost guilty. Mike stares at his best friend, noticing something he's never seen before. Hesitation. Because somewhere tonight, their boss, Sosa, has decided there's a rat inside his crew. And the name at the top of that list is Mike. What Mike doesn't know yet is the person who set him up, maybe standing right beside him. Mike has been in shootouts before. He's been hunted, set up, outnumbered. But nothing could prepare him for what happens next. After the ambush, the silence between him and Nick feels heavier than the gunfire. Mike can't stop thinking about the attack. Why him? Why did those men come straight for him? And why did Nick look so different after that phone call? For the first time in years, Mike starts questioning the one man he trusted with his life. Nick tells him they need to move. Fast. No explanations. No time to think. Just get in the car and disappear before Sosa's men find them. And against his instincts, Mike follows. The two of them drive through empty streets, tension filling every second. No music, no jokes, no brotherhood, just silence. Then Nick pulls into an abandoned warehouse on the edge of the city. Dark, empty, quiet, too quiet. Mike steps out, hand near his weapon, his instincts screaming that something isn't right. And then, he hears footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming from the darkness. Mike turns and freezes. Walking out of the shadows is Nick. Same face, same voice, same scars, but older. Blood on his shirt, panic in his eyes. And before Mike can even speak, the older man points straight at him and says, "Don't trust him." Mike looks back at the Nick standing beside him, then back at the man in front of him. Two Nicks, same face, same voice, different futures. Mike's heart starts racing. His mind refuses to process what he's seeing. This has to be a setup, a trick, a hallucination, something. But then the older Nick says something only the real Nick could know. A memory, a secret from childhood, something nobody else on Earth should know. And in that moment, Mike realizes the impossible truth. This isn't another betrayal. This isn't another setup. This is time travel. And according to the man standing in front of him, by sunrise, one of them will be dead.